Another beautiful sunrise here. If you're wondering if I'm sore, the answer is yes. My lower back and shoulders and forearms, of all things, are pretty sore. I think the forearm soreness comes from holding on to that impact and undoing all these nuts yesterday. But we got to move forward on the project. One casualty. Front passenger side either didn't fill up all the way or has a very slow leak in it. It's down about 15-20 pounds. I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe when I drive it around that'll go away. I sprayed soapy water on all the fittings and they're not leaking, so most likely, if anything, it's a little bit of dirt or something on the O-ring. If I remember right, I think that was the second, maybe the first. I can't remember. Maybe some of the balance beads got in the seal there, and I'll have to go back in and take the ring off and check it. But not a big deal, just keep an eye on it. Everything else held pressure overnight. And got to get the M1082 back into his normal parking spot. And then we're going to deal with the spare tire carrier this morning, which may or may not require modifications. I don't know. We're going to check it out and see. But let's get started on that. You guys wanted to know about clearances. There's full lock. Plenty of space. No problem whatsoever. Let's go back the other way. See what's like on the passenger side there. A little close to my box, but it'll never hit it. Plenty of space. That's just a mud flap though. Plenty of space still. Plenty of clearance with 14R20s. Nothing to worry about. You don't need to do any cutting like you would have to do with 53s. So I figured out what's making this tire go down, and it's the CTIS valve that's on here. It's staying stuck open when you shut the truck off for a short period of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that assembly off, take it apart, clean it up, put it back on there and see if that fixes the problem. So that CTIS valve that was bad on this wheel was originally on the trailer, and the trailer CTIS valves probably haven't been exercised in, I don't know, 20 years. So I swapped it back onto the trailer, and I think I have one more that's supposed to go on the trailer, but that one's working correctly. So yeah, this one was on the trailer as well, but it's working okay. So unless it starts giving me behavior problems, I'm gonna leave it alone. And the truck is automatically refilling the tires, which is the beauty of one of these trucks with the central tire inflation. So pretty stoked about that. on this spare tire carrier, we're limited by this back bar, this resting plate, and then the bottom, of course. I'm gonna guess what's gonna happen here when we lift the tire up. It's just gonna stick out 3 inches further. That's it. Is that a deal killer or what? Is that a big deal? Is it worth modifying everything on here? Like cutting this off and welding it on and moving this and this and this? I don't think so. Let's lift the tire up and see what happens. So I just blew my spare tire cylinder, or it's on its way out because it's spraying oil pretty good, but I think my idea is going to work. I want to put a bend in this so that it just sits a little bit further back, and I think that'll work, and I think that the tire will just roll back into position there. So looks like that bend will have to be down pretty low. Well, I guess not. We can go around that. Let's see what I can get away with here since the spare tire cylinder is letting loose. Well, we're having massive technical difficulties right here. I don't know how many more times I can get away with testing this. I guess I'll just have to keep that reservoir full and keep dumping fluid everywhere. This is going to work. I put a 4-inch kick in this spare tire carrier, and it does make a difference, although the chain I have is a little too short. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix that or modify it or do something, because it's not releasing the tire enough to let it roll back into the... Maybe I can get it up there, release the chain, and then roll it into the carrier and hook the chain back up. But yeah, I don't know how many more times I can go up and down with this, which is why I haven't filmed it without dumping every last bit of hydraulic fluid I have onto the ground. So we'll keep trying. I'll get back to you guys here if I get this thing situated and set in the carrier the correct way. So unfortunately, my idea is not going to work. The tire still sticks out too far to my liking, and we've got an additional 4 to 6 inches here that I could roll this back, but the top hoop is in the way. So my thoughts are we cut it off here and weld an extension on, which is going to stress the hydraulic cylinder out even more and really blow it apart, but at least we'll get that tire up there and get it situated where it belongs. I came across some options in the junk bin. This is what we're up against. So yeah, probably lower it back down, portaband that thing, clean up the edges a bit, and weld in some happiness here. I'll probably extend it 3 inches. I might be able to sleeve it with that if I cut it in half. That's the only one that I have. I don't know if they'll fit in there or not, but we'll find out. So I don't get what all the complaining about it won't fit in the spare tire carrier is all about. If you put forth a little bit of effort and you have a can-do mindset, anything is possible. So to recap, 4-inch kick and a 3.5-inch extension. with some nice crappy welds because it's so windy the shielding gas doesn't do anything. I'll have to clean that up the next time I lower the spare tire down. But everything works. The safety chain, no problem. The tire strap, no problem. You just have to have a little bit longer chain for your tire. I mean, how much does a piece of chain cost? 10 bucks? Big deal. Easy, easy, easy mod. No problem whatsoever. It looks really nice up there. It sits pretty much where the factory one would, although it's out just a hair further. Not a big deal. Well guys, there you go. Abel is back to his normal self aside from a leaking spare tire lift cylinder. So yeah, all the armor's back on, wheels are painted. No more air leaks as far as I can tell. I've tested the pressure on the tires. We just have a hydraulic drippy drip from the spare tire cylinder. I wrapped a rag around it, which is about as good as I can do right now, and I've topped off the hydraulic fluid reservoir for the air over hydraulic system. So hopefully, I'm hoping Martin has a spare. I'm sure he does. I asked him for one, but I haven't heard back from him yet. But anyways, if you guys like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you're wondering how these tires ride, you're gonna have to stay tuned to the channel because I always do reviews on the modifications I make on my Adventures with Abel or Adventures with Overkill series. So stay tuned. We may have a couple episodes of that coming up. But other than that, guys, I hope you're staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.